Tracy, welcome back.
Hey guys, good
Yeah, well,
morning.
how are you? How do you
Uh,
like the weather in the summer in Florida?
Ooh, it's hot.
Yeah, it's rough, huh? Let me ask you this. Did you at least once think, God, I lived in Canada, I couldn't stand the winters, and now I found a beautiful place, and the summers are almost as tough as the
Right.
winters were, huh?
Thank goodness for air conditioning, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm in the same situation. So why don't we talk about what's happening, what's top of mind for you in this environment? The oil action's been kind of subdued.
Yeah,
Um,
it's kind of
so
been range bound. We do have the OPEC oil seminar going on right now, which is not an OPEC meeting, but it is a seminar over the next couple of days. So one would expect, well, we're already seeing headlines out of there, but I would expect there to be a lot of headlines trying to push this market up, over the next couple of days.
yeah, it looks like it's trying to build a case for maybe mid 80s. You think it's possible if we start getting through the 73 level?
I think definitely. And I think that, ultimately that's kind of where, OPEC wants it to be. Well, they want Brent, in that 80, $90 range. And so I think they're going to do whatever they can to get it up there. But, um, the market looks constructive, right now. Uh, as long as we kind of break above this little wedge here.
Yeah. Okay. So, uh, are you more constructive natural gas than you are
Oh God,
WTI?
no. That market is so ugly.
Still think it's ugly.
Yes. I mean, I generally look at it on the weekly. I mean, if you go back, really, we're trading in the same range we've been trading in since, the late 90s, the general range. I
Huh.
mean, nat
Yeah,
gas
that's
tends
true.
to break out every once in a while, right? But I'm
Well, do you
not.
think Europe will be as lucky with the weather as they were last winter?
Well, and see, and that's another problem and something to be care to. I would definitely be watching the winter. I don't think they're completely out of the crisis. And again, since they're transition crazy, they've been really reluctant to sign any long-term contracts. So what will happen this winter is if we have an exceptionally cold winter and they do drain supplies quickly, they don't have a lot of long-term contracts set up. So it's going to be, a race on to try to buy as many
Yeah,
cargoes on the spot market as possible.
yeah. So I mean that's one of the reasons I think you know it was really unusual the winter last year. So that's one reason has me bullish nat gas. Let me ask you, Tracy, do you think that it's um, a, a little bit too far out there that I think that actually there there's a high possibility of a nuclear accident or
I was listening.
sabotage?
I'm really hoping not. Really
What's your
hoping
gut tell
not.
you though?
So, I mean, I think both sides are saying something's going to happen.
Right,
So
right. That's what I mean.
that's the frightening part about it. Again, I really hope not. I hope it's just talk, because I think that would just be a really dumb move for
Yeah. Well,
whatever
can you
side.
imagine what a major breadbasket it is too, and you won't be able to farm that land for a
Oh yeah,
hundred years?
oh, exactly. And so, but let's
I
hope
don't know
nothing
about that.
happens. But
Yeah.
uh,
What do you think would
certainly.
happen to the markets?
So I think that we probably see the markets come down. You definitely would see the grain market spike.
Hmm.
um, right.
Hmm.
So I think global markets probably would get hit initially. Um,
So
but
here's the wheat, which is, the majority of what they grow. And this was the first move out of the base. And then we had like floods in the Midwest last week. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean,
I saw cars in Chicago that were floating under bridges.
yeah, I've put a
I,
few tweets out there. It's the great crops are, it's hit or miss in the United States right now, but there is, it's bad when you have a drought and then you have flooding, right? Because the
yeah,
ground you can't really absorb that. And so, I definitely think that, I mean, wheat's always been kind of a hard trade, but I definitely don't think, especially over the longer term, that the downside is over regardless as far as grades are concerned.
okay. I tend to disagree with you on beans. So I don't know if we're going to see new lows again. But it's funny. Difference between beans and corn
No,
is
I
too much rain didn't bother corn.
yeah, I
Okay,
know.
that it puked, but too much rain seemed to affect the bean crop. So we'll
Yeah,
see.
we'll see. But
It's the most constructive looking one while corn's making new lows.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
can you tell us what plug is and why you like it?
Plug. I don't like plug. What is
Oh,
plug?
okay.
You
I
know
thought
what
that
plug
was
is?
okay. Well, you wear them in the pool when you here it is. I thought someone told me you liked it for
I
some
don't even
reason.
know what it is, to
Okay,
be
it's called
honest.
plug power. Um,
Okay.
so what do you doing? You still like the uranium markets here?
Yeah, I mean, I still like that over the long term. Again, it's a long-term trade. And as I've stressed a million times before, it's also a very difficult trade. So, it's not for the faint of heart if you're in for it for the long run, because it's kind of an erratic market.
Okay. And what do you think of the recent action? What commodities are you most constructive on, and
Um,
which are you more negative on?
well, I mean, I look over the long term more.
Yeah, okay,
You know what I'm saying? So it's
that's
kind of hard to
fine.
say on a trading standpoint, but I'm pretty constructive on silver,
Okay,
uh, just because of the industrial uses,
okay,
and
good
how much
reason.
is used in renewables. There's a lot
Do
of
you
silver
do you keep
used.
an eye on the stocks at Comex and how they're dwindling?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely. So, we're going to be in a deficit this year, and the deficit from between this year and next year is going to wipe out the last 11 years of a surplus. So, that's definitely a
wow.
market I would keep my eye on because, there's a lot of silver used in solar panels, hybrid vehicles, and electric vehicles.
Okay, so this whole move, we could just be correcting this whole move, and we'll get another run. You like silver more than gold?
So, yeah, I mean, over the long term, I like gold as well.
Okay,
But but right now it's kind of back in that mush land, right? In that
yeah,
range. It's kind of in the
yeah.
back in that, range. So I'd like to see it, either break down, break that 1900 or, make a solid move and stay there above 2000.
Okay, your view on the dollar here, Trace?
Let's take a look at that chart really
Okay,
quick.
so to me, it kind of looks like it could have another leg down.
It could have
Um,
another leg down, and I'm thinking with Yellen's visit to Beijing, she might let the dollar fall a bit
okay, because of the way
to
the
get in
won's been
some,
depreciating.
yeah,
Yeah,
to
look at
kind of get in some good graces there.
yeah, yeah.
And so,
Well,
I kind of watch that trip.
okay, yeah. I wonder why she's really going there.
You know, I, 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 I I can't really be about trade. She's the Treasury Secretary. So I think it's about, I think the underlying issue
Digital
is
currency?
currency, is just currency, hopefully not digital currency.
Well,
No.
how about their they've announced a new currency coming out at the end of August, brick currency backed by gold.
Yeah, we'll see if that catches on or if it actually comes to fruition. You got to
Yeah.
have a lot of faith in the PBOC for that, and I'm not really sure that people do.
Only if they're forced to.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're forced to, but you know.
Like it's becoming here in America.
Oh,
So, and let me ask you this, really more important than any market question, Tracy. Do you miss TweetDeck?
do I miss tweet?
Do
You know
you
what?
miss the old TweetDeck? Come on,
I
tell everyone
I
here.
I really don't use tweet. I haven't used TweetDeck in a while, so
Oh, I'm like withdrawing.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I'm not the only one. Anyway,
No,
everything's
and trust me,
changing
it's a
too
big
fast.
point of contention on the Twitter sphere. So,
Yeah, that and 600 tweets. We spent a lot of time on something that seems like it's seen its better days. So, all
yeah.
right. I think we've covered dollar. You have a view on rates?
On rates, not really. I mean, I think that,
Because look at this 10-year yield, and you're a good technician. So you tell me when you look at this chart, not this time frame, but weekly, and you just cover up what the title is. I did this test on Stelios. What would you say this chart? How does this chart look to you?
well, that chart looks bullish.
See, that's the same reaction that right.
Because
So
you're
now,
starting to break up, you're starting to break
yeah,
over that trend line. And so, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a push up, a retest, and then a higher. I think
you
that,
mean all the way to 430?
well, let's hope not. Well,
Okay,
but
because if you're a technician and this is just
that's the
because
move, yeah.
it'd
But
be new
I
highs.
mean, I think we're definitely going to have another rate increase in July, right? Or this
Yeah,
month.
yeah,
And I think the Fed's going to maintain their hawkish stance, even though we have seen inflation come down a bit, it's still, very sticky.
and bonds look lousy. They tried 104,
Yeah,
rejected there, and look at the close Friday.
I
They
know
don't
that
look
was
too
an
good.
ugly close.
Yeah, 104 rejection. They're going under par.
So, yeah, I
So
mean,
we have higher rates to contend with, and can you say the name of the town that reactor's in? The city?
uh,
Srebrenica?
I can't
Try
pronounce
it. Try it. I
it.
embarrassed myself.
I can't. Let's
All
just
right.
hope that, I would think that, if something did happen, let's hope not again, once again, you might see a move to the upside in bonds, right? Because people move to kind of
Yeah.
safe and
Yeah.
out of equities. So that's
Yeah.
definitely something to keep an eye on.
Okay. So June really was a dominating month in risk. And here we are in July, and we'll see if we get some follow through. So here's your June in the S&P. All right, this is short term, but here's your monthly. See how important that 4,200 level was?
Yeah, it's huge.
But this, don't you think, again, that this could still be a failing rally?
It could be. I mean, it's 800 point,
It's hard to
800
say
point
anything
rally.
bearish now,
But,
isn't it?
yeah, but, anything can happen, and
Yeah.
we all know that. So,
Okay. All right. So you want to direct me to, is your new website up and you all
yes,
are going?
Hill Tower Resource Advisors is the
Okay.
new website.
I don't have it up here. I'd show it. And since
That's
I
all
don't
right.
have my tweet
That's all.
deck,
That's all. It's all right.
it would be easy to do with my tweet deck. And now I have to search for the column.
And then I'm holding spaces today for place your trades. That's on
Oh, wow.
shipping. If anybody's
Yep.
interested, it's at 11 a.m. Eastern. We're going to be talking maritime shipping, what's going on
Wow.
with Russian seaborne exports. What's the container market telling us about global trade right now? Are we slowing down? And lots of other good.
Many stowaways on these ships.
I don't know. I'll ask.
Tracy, you know what? We get good input from you, and it's like having a cup of coffee with someone and laughing. I really enjoyed it. So, your highest conviction trade going forward? We just started summer, so I
Highest,
mean, yeah,
conviction trade, I'd say we're running into, I like oil to the upside.
okay,
Again, it's really struggling. So I'm going to really need to see it get over those 73s, get some follow through to really have any conviction. But we are, coming into the month that this is the month that the OPEC voluntary cuts come in. And so we'll start, in a couple of weeks, starting to really get that data in and see, how many of those exports, how much of that is affecting exports, and, how much is really being taken off the market. So,
maybe a nice trading rally to 85, but do you see it like spiking again over 100?
not at this juncture. No, not
Yeah,
especially
okay,
not with, not with the sentiment the way it is. And,
okay,
what's really interesting is about positioning here is, there's just no interest in this market whatsoever. And so if we start to get a little bit of a rally, I can
yeah,
see people trying to jump in on that
coattail,
trade again. Yep.
yeah,
Exactly.
coattail the trade. All right, well, I know a lot of people that follow you that coattail you, Tracy. So yeah, they do. They know Tracy likes this, Tracy likes that. So um, it's important what you say, because you have a lot of credibility, street cred out there, and
Well,
appreciate you sharing your street cred here on Face all these years.
absolutely. Thank
Yeah,
you.
really, you're a friend of our community, and appreciate all the good work you do, Trace.
Well,
Much
thank you.
success.
I
Keep,
think all you guys are fantastic.
yeah, just keep rolling. And I'll get a hold of you on Twitter if I could figure out how to send a message to you
Okay.
later on today. Okay. Tracy Shuchart, everyone at Shy Girl, and your website, and she's doing a Spaces today on Twitter. How do they
Yep.
find it if they
So
want to hear more?
just go to my profile page. It's pinned to my profile page.
Okay, cool. All right, Trace. Good
All right.
hunting. Have a great summer. Rooting for you.
All right. Thanks. See you next time. Thank
All
you.
right,
Have a great day, everybody.
at Shy Girl. Thank you, everyone. See everyone tomorrow. I know it's not turnaround Tuesday. See everyone tomorrow. Good hunting. You could join the team in 17 minutes, 18 minutes on the morning edge. Take your time getting into things, and let the trades come to you. Adios.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.